Yeah, very good morning. Shall we begin the session? Today's topic is feasibility study, how the feasibility study will be used or what are the various benefits of using the feasibility study. So shall we start? So first step is feasibility study that is used to judge whether to proceed with the same environment or whether to go with the new database. That is whether to proceed with the same system or whether to proceed with the new system. Okay, data. This is one of the stage whether to proceed with the new system or sorry whether to proceed with the existing system or whether to proceed with the new system. So this applies. So this is used to apply the properties that is available to get the data to fetch the system. So that is used for the analysis phase, for the designing phase, everything that you want to ask. So that is used with the designing, that is used with the implementation. This design implementation, post-implementation maintenance that is available for the consideration of the candidate system that is used with the political consideration, planning and the control for the system access. And then there is a summary. The summary says that there is a candidate system that is available for the for the new system that is used for the political consideration that is available with the planning and the control for the system success. Now, what is the main objective? How to build the system-based information system? What are the various stages that is available within the information system that is used? So that is available within the information system that is used within the information system. How to get or how to use with the information system. So this feasibility study is also showing what are the various components that is used. So that is used that is available with the data. This is used how to change or how to build the computer-based information system, and what are the various different steps that is followed in the STLC, which prompts user to exchange the request. What are the various components of feasibility study, and what are the various factors that is responsible to consider in a candidate system, and how to plan and control for the system. So to plan and how to control for the system success, what are the various planning out, what are the various controlling phases that is available for the system success. Now this is the introduction. So this gives a system development project meaning and the direction, and this candidate system is approached after the analyst and have a thorough understanding of user needs and the system. And there's a viable solution that is worked out and then communicates the same. And when you say about the candidate system, that often cut across the boundaries of users in the organization. For example, a billing system may also involve user in the sales order department, the credit department, warehouse, and the accounting departments. These are the various departments that is carried out with the system that is used with the systems. There is a sales order department, credit department, warehouse department, and the accounting department. And to make sure that all the users' needs are met, everything is going well. So the project factor that represents the data that represents what are the various method that is available that use or each user works with analysis to carry out a SDLC or the system development project. Now next is what are the various stages of the system development life cycle. So this is used with the life cycle that is classically used or thought of as the activity that the analyst uses that is carried out to develop and implement an information system. And there are various stages that is used in the business that are closely related to each other, and even of the steps that is also followed up in the activities that is difficult to determine within the SDLC or SDLC steps. So that is used with the how much involved or how much project is involved or what is the data that is taken up. And the basis for the candidate system is the recognition of the system that is available. So when we use a recognition system that can be sold, that can be used with the applicant detail, that can be used with the new detail. So whatever the data, whatever the system that is required, so that is used with the candidate system that is accomplished, that is used with the new requirement of the data with the new services of the data. So whatever the system, whatever the requirement that is available, so that is used for that must know what the problem is before it can be solved. And the basis for this and the basis for the candidate system is the recognition of the need for improving the candidate system or for improving the information system that is available. So whatever the data, whatever the scenarios, so whatever the data, whatever the scenario that is used for the computerization, that is used with the procedure, insufficient existing procedure, existing system that will be used or that will be used as a candidate for the system that will be used as a candidate with the computerization. And if the problem is serious enough, management will want to have an analyst look that is required, so that is used with the analyst data, that is used with the user data, that implies a commitment, especially if the analyst is hired from the outside. And in the larger systems where the formal procedures are the norm, the analyst's first task is to prepare a statement specifying the scope and the objective. What is the main scope, what is the main objective of the problem, and he or she then reviews it with the user for the privacy or for the accuracy. And this is only a rough ballpark estimate of the development of the cost of the project may be reached, may be used. However, when we say about the accurate cost of the next phase, then we are using the feasibility study that can be produced, that can be used. The next is impetus for the system change. What is the impetus for the system change? That is used with the requirement, that is used with the change, originate in the environment or from within the firm. And the environment-based system originates from the customer, vendor, government sources, and like. So for example, when you say about the new unemployment system, that is used, so that employment system will be used within the data, that is used with the delivery schedule, that is used with the data. So that is used with the delivery. When we say, then that is used is used for the information change or the system change. So that is used with the declaration that originate within the environment, within the system. And the environment-based ideas originate from the customers, vendor, government sources, and the like. For example, new unemployment compensation regulates make it necessary for to change the restructures, reconsideration. And when investigated, each of these ideas may lead to the problem definition that is used within the first step in the system development or the system lifecycle process. And whatever the procedure, whatever the data that is used, that will be used for the change that is may come from within the organization, top management, and user and the analyst. And as an organization changes its operation or faces the advantage in the computer technology, someone with the organization may feel the need to update whatever the data that is updated within the existing system, application, or improve the procedures or status of the data that is used with this. Now, these are the various examples. That is, one example is an organization acquires another organization, then a local bank branches into the suburb or suburb, then a department also uses for its budget in the 1 month that is available. Then our two departments are done essentially the same work, but they are using each department instead for the other department to be eliminated. Then a request for a new form discloses the use of the bootlog, that is unorganized form. And the serious problem in the operations are high rate of the labor turnover, labor intensive activities, and the high reject rate of the finished goods also prompts the top management to investigate or initiate an investigation. Now these are the few examples that is available. So a report reaches a senior vice president and she suspects the figures. Then the company controller reads an IRS audit reports and start thinking for this. Then executive also read out about the decision support system for the sales forecasting and gives the idea for the dish. And many of these ideas leads to the further studies by the management request, often funneled downwards and also carried out by the lower management by the lower data. And user-originated ideas also prompted initial investigation. For example, a bank head teller has been noticing long customers in the lobby. She wanted to know whether they are due to the computer's slow response to the inquiries, the new teller limited training, or just a sudden increase in the bank services, whatever the data that is used. And to what extent and how quickly a user-originated idea is converted into feasibility study, that depends on the multiple factors. First is the risk and the potential returns, then management bias towards the user, then financial cost and the fund that is required within the data available for within the data that is used. So that is used with the persuasive ability of the users, organization base, sources of the